Thank you. It's an incredible honor. I'm very humbled. I think that the legacy of athletic excellence at Mac is extremely rich, and to be even considered for something like this, let alone inducted, is a huge honor. And I think it's just a testament to the great teams that I was fortunate to be a part of, and my awesome time at Mac. Yeah, I think it's the relationships and the connections. I think playing a varsity sport, and especially a year-long varsity sport like volleyball, you're with your teammates 6, sometimes 7 days a week from August until March, and so those kind of connections, the lifelong friendships, being able to have, I've been in wedding parties, guys have been in my wedding parties, those kind of connections have been incredible, and the volleyball community is small enough, but to be able to have those close personal connections, and then with administrators and coaches, having played for Coach Preston for 5 years was incredible. Having been at Mac when Trez Quigley was the athletic director there, and her impact on sport and the OUA, and let alone the McMaster community. So I just feel privileged that I got the opportunity to be around so many fantastic people who just modeled excellence, so it was pretty easy to follow in some of those frameworks and footsteps. Yeah, so originally I think the big one's Coach Preston. Like for me, that was a huge draw. His vision for the program when he took over, he was kind of at the beginning of his tenure there. And his vision for me as an athlete, he mapped out a really specific plan for my development, and it came true for better or for worse to a T. So I think that was first and foremost. And then for me, there was a fit with the community. There was a fit within the athletics department. Just being on campus felt like home, and that feeling didn't change for the 5 years that I was there. I got to play on some fantastic teams. I think first and foremost, playing on teams where, like within my position group, I had to beat out 2 national team guys just to play. And so I think the competitive environment and the camaraderie in practice was huge. The desire to get better, the desire to be pushed. I think working directly with Coach Preston for 5 years and pushing each other to be great, I think really allowed me to develop and gave me some freedoms that I might not have had in other places. So I think that, but primarily just playing with fantastic teammates, and I don't think an award like this, and any individual other in a team sport gets it if they don't play on great teams who have great success with other great players. So I think that first and foremost encompasses it all, and then just being in an environment where I could work as hard as I want, and I was given the resources, the obstacles were removed, and I think those are huge just in terms of timing and things like that, to be able to help me be successful within a lot of team success, and watching the program after my time there as well, and just watching it continue to build and has been incredible. Yeah, that list is very, very long. I think I start with my parents, who just instilled, I have 3 younger siblings as well, so just as kids, we were given whatever opportunity we wanted. If we wanted to pursue something, we got an opportunity to do it, and my parents went to 12 different practices a week and made it all work. So first and foremost to them. To my siblings, like when you grow up with siblings with 3 younger brothers, like if you weren't the best, you were mad and trying to be the best. So I think that competitive drive from a really young age. I ended up playing at Mac with my younger brother Jeremy, who was an all-Canadian as well, and I think that positive rivalry for both of us to be fantastic. I think Coach Preston goes without saying, his resume and his connection to his players, but I think just being in that environment, and him and I were, I think in a lot of different ways, a perfect fit for each other to drive both of us to levels of success that I don't know I for sure wouldn't have had without him. And I think that those kind of things, and then every teammate I've ever played for, I think taught me a ton, whether it was in a leadership role or not. Some of the names that come to mind, like Paul Herkel was was one of the most incredible leaders I've ever met, and I didn't know until after I graduated and started to become a dad and a coach myself now, like the impact he had on me and how to lead individuals within a team setting. So I think that was huge, and then just being able to play with incredible human beings who want to be really, really good at volleyball. So like that list of playing for 5 years, there's a lot of teammates who go through that, and I don't want to leave anybody out, so we won't list them. But yeah, and then like I said, I think from Steve Litstone, who used to run the high performance center, who's now at Brock Lake, his impact on the strength and conditioning culture and the environment at Mac allowed me to become a pro and be able to be educated enough to take care of my own development at the same time. As I said, when Trez Quigley was in charge, Mark Alfano, like there are tons of names who behind the scenes did some incredible things that just allowed me and our team and athletes in general at MAC to be successful and not have to worry or not have to stress about or have obstacles that didn't need to be in their way. And I think all of those people and all of that, among others, my time with the national team was huge for my development. I was fortunate enough to be in camps from my third year at MAC on, so just having access to national team coaches like Glenn Hogue and Larry McKay and some of the best coaches across the country to be able to learn and grow from and take that back to McMaster. And Dave, to his credit, was open and allowed me to grow within that. So I think all of those kind of things and all of those people led to any of the success that we had as a group, which then allowed me to have some individual success as well.